All right. Hi, guys.
Hello.
A couple curious bears again. This time, I'm going to wiggle the camera while I finish putting on my gloves. No. Last time I handed you the thing, we have to edit the video. So, you can stare at this tile for a half a second.
It's so beautiful, isn't it? You know, go down to your local hardware store, it's only like $1.
That's funny. All right. So, let's see if it clears up. So, the last time I made a video,
Joey Bear.
I wasn't holding the camera right, and my fingers kept getting in the way. And Doug told me that, or Matt told me that was holding the camera wrong the whole time. So we came through and we shot a second video where I was trying to hold on and hold the camera the correct way. And again, my fingers were in the way. So this is another try. We're gonna get it right this time. We did come through here to the theater, and we did one other video. It was a good 35 minutes, and we have to edit that video before we can send it out. So I'm going to learn how to edit, and Joey over here is going to become our editor. Right now, as you can see with the coronavirus scare, Joey has gloves on and his bandana. So the bandana gets thrown in the washer at the end of the day. So Joseph is the one that usually makes all the crazy loud noises. But between the crazy loud noises, sometimes you might hear something or catch something unusual. If you do, make a comment on it. So our last video got 7 views. That's because only our family watched our video. So we're not really doing it for an audience. We're more likely just doing it so we can learn. Correct. So we really like to learn history, and the best way to learn is to just dig in and touch it and get into these old abandoned buildings. So I left this trunk closed last time I was here, and it's still closed. People do come in and out of this place. It's in the middle of town. So when things might have been moved, but if there's something really weird that's been moved, please let me know. I'm just curious. Okay. So this is essentially the entrance to the theater. This is how it's just kind of coming apart, but the bones are still steady in this building. It's not windy today like the other days, so we might be able to, either hear something.
Get something?
Or because it's less windy, we might be able to see something that we didn't before. Right. And now that I've been here a couple times, I do feel a little braver. I'm going to go ahead and do the wobbly ladder one-handed.
Oh, I do feel brave. Whoa, check out this little man do level.
I know, isn't that cool?
You can't see it.
No, it's the 12-ounce one I showed in the last video.
Oh, okay. Well, I just saw it.
I feel a little bit braver coming in today, but I'm still not walking over here. As you can see,
I walked up there.
I'm guessing that's just one little piece of plywood. And I was going to bring my hat flashlight, but I forgot it. There's so much dust. You see some more of the old ceilings. It's pretty neat. And you can see I have a very wobbly ladder and maybe 8 feet off the ground. Uh-oh, don't touch that box.
What box?
The beer box, right there. What do you, look, right where my camera's at. Do you see?
Oh my God, you're such a dork.
No, all jokes aside, the coronavirus is a pretty decent, scary, horrible thing that's come through. I only hope that we can look back a year from now and see that it was a quick virus that came through, spread, unfortunately touched 1% of the world's population, and then ended before summer really started. Yeah. So even if you feel healthy and you want to go to the store, take precautions, because it's not about you, it's about you spreading. So you can carry the virus and never be affected by it, but it doesn't mean that your neighbor or your neighbor's dog doesn't get the virus on their fur and give it to that owner. So really, seriously, I can probably say this better, but watch out for your fellow man. Don't get so cocky about your own health that you just ignore the fact that there are millions of people out there that can easily get this virus and can die from it. Okay, so there's my preaching. It's all over now.
Also,
What-
more exciting.
What I'm really, right now we're just checking out like what this building is made out of. So these are some really cool old tiles on the floor here. And they're like a Formica type tile.
Yes, they're called.
And yes, these gloves are going to be washed as soon as I get home. Along with all of my clothes. We're not messing around and spreading anything on purpose. But these nice little, they're like tiles, but you know, they're neat. Oh my God, a can of near beer. Holy cow. That is about the funniest thing ever. I haven't seen near beer in years.
And nearly too long.
Right. So I was trying to think of something we could set up, you know, to more pick up any kind of activity we might run into. And I was thinking about getting maybe a bell or a rope, something that could feasibly move on its own without taking too much energy. So if you guys come up with something, let me know. Right now I was thinking about getting a little goat bell, a loosened up flashlight, the old tricks of the trade. Aww. There's a lot of people that say that there's tons of Christmas decorations everywhere you go, and that was definitely true here. And try to walk in a way that doesn't make a lot of noise, but Joey really can't help it. He's a full-grown man. Old fire extinguisher back there. Old fuse box. This looks like part of the old stage back in here. Like these are the panels that they would have used for the stage.
You fixed my bandana. Hi. Thank you.
You're welcome. Joey's gonna get up there and climb. I'm not gonna look at his butt.
Thank you. I know that nobody wants to see that.
Right.
Oh, whoa.
Right.
There's a bunch of stuff up here.
Yeah. But this is the ceiling that Joey is leaning on. So we're not gonna come up here because that little what is that, 1/4 inch plywood? That's the only thing holding that ceiling up. So
Wait, if you walk on the beams.
no, see, the beams have been torn away.
No, right here.
I'm telling you, the answer is no.
All right, Sally.
A bunch of old glass.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh, that's a cool. Can't tell if that was part of a sign or a.
Maybe a mirror?
Yeah, part of a sign, maybe. It looked like it had been made on purpose, so it looks like water stains.
Let's go. So, hi.
You're not allowed to die. Remember, hospitals won't let us in. They'll only let us in the parking lot. This over here is one of the entrances back in the day. And there's a little bit of traffic. People are mostly staying indoors for obvious reasons. We really shouldn't be in contact with other people right now.
We are, but like, we're family. So it counts.
Well, getting out of the house is not breaking any laws. What is breaking laws is times where you're going to contaminate other people. That was me. I just had to see what this box was. Ah! No, I'm just kidding.
Scared me. Oh, what's that?
I don't know. That's cool. And you know me with my fascination with the old wires and stuff, so that's kind of neat.
I have a hair in my mouth, and my gloves are dusty.
Thanks for sharing. I can't touch you either.
I mean, I can't.
I can't help you. Literally cannot help you. Oh, there's a pair of jeans if you need some.
Huh?
I found a pair of pants if you need a pair.
Oh, heck yeah.
They might fit one leg, but still.
Either way, I still get a pair of pants.
A one-time fuse. That's cool.
What does that mean? Like, you just turn the fuse
It's
box on and it just pops?
It's a fuse that you can't fix. You just have to replace.
Ew. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's cool.
Mom, check out this mirror.
The front to one of these gas pumps in here. I'm guessing that one.
Oh, check this out.
I know, right?
Beautiful.
It is a beautiful mirror.
Sorry
It's
for the
plastic,
shaking.
so it's the 80s.
Sorry for the shaking ADHD. I hear if you look into a mirror for long enough, your what you call it, like you can start to smile without meaning to. Like your reflection starts to smile.
Ooh, hold that. Thank you.
Got it.
I'm just
Hello,
curious.
mirror.
Oh, I want.
Wait, what's that say?
So bad.
Anal?
Joseph, don't.
Right there.
So there's some more mirrors back here. I have a fascination with mirrors. Not for egotistical reasons, but for the folklore representing mirrors. I think it's neat. Same old signs we saw last time. I just wanted to see them at a different angle, including the Budweiser. We're 12 minutes in.
No way.
Already. I mean, gee whiz. So we're going to try to do what a lot of people seem to enjoy, which is just doing a video straight up for half an hour.
It's like the old bottle.
Hold it a
There's
little
still
bit.
some stuff at the bottom.
Ew. It is Coca-Cola Classic.
Oh, classic.
It's like time stopped right about 1984. Just easy.
I found a picture. That's what I forgot to show you.
Easy.
Several things.
Oh my gosh. Joseph. An old champagne glass. Plenty enough with the letter C, which is... I'm the letter C. That's a Crosby. Cowboy Sam and the Fair. Aw. That's cool.
Check this out.
What? Wow. Somebody went on a fun Hawaiian trip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking 70, because if you look at them, they're wearing...
Put it exactly where you found it.
Oh, well.
And remember, touching private memorabilia can sometimes get someone to follow you. So, The Outsiders, one of my favorite books as a teenager. Cowboy Sam and the Fair. It's a discarded book. So here we call wellness check. That lets somebody know that if they are in the building, we're not here for anything to hurt them. I was trying to find a date on this book. Yeah, see? 1961. Joey's been calling me a Sally all day, so big news for Sally.
I was over there and I heard like a crunch, like a light, like a like glass, like right next to me when I stopped moving.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna wait for his mom bear to go check that out.
Right?
I'm sweating.
It is warm in here without the wind. That's kind of nice, though.
I don't know if it's the gloves or the it's a bandana.
It's probably a bandana around your face, but keep it up.
Yeah,
Good boy.
just hard to breathe.
Okay, so I'm going to get real quiet. This is what I think of as the second half of the theater, but in truth, we know nothing of this building. I came and asked some family, I know, the 80s helmet. I came and asked some family what they thought of the building, and what they said was what I had told you in the second video that I still need to edit. So essentially, this was made in the late 1800s.
Sorry.
It was ideally just a theater. And I'm guessing through movies, you know, more people wanted to go to the movies. Quit touching stuff on purpose. You're going to tear your gloves. That this place just kind of fell out of need. It wasn't necessary anymore.
Check that out.
Whoa. Keep your edge. Oh, happy hour. That does not look happy. It looks scary.
He looks like he's ready to party.
Okay, put it down proper. Ooh, an ice cream machine.
40 animals.
And you know why I know? It's because I used to work with these things, and they are annoying. It's a soft serve machine. Oh, look. All the things I didn't want you touching. Okay, limit your touching.
Yep.
We are in gloves, but gloves don't protect you too much. Shh. Joe,
Yep.
settle down.
All right, sorry, Hyper.
You're creating too much noise and distraction.
Sorry, Hyper. Oh, look, not look like that.
By the way it's rolled up, I'm guessing it was some of the carpet from the theater. See what happens in the middle of the desert? So we're out in the middle of the desert. This stuff is 30, 40 years old, and all I have to do is unwrap it once, and it looks like brand new carpet. It's beautiful.
This is me.
Oh,
think
old
this is size
diner
50?
seats. That's cool. For sitting in a booth. I wouldn't mind. See, once again, I wouldn't mind seeing that in my house. There's a soda tap
Retro is cool.
for regular soda, like
Oh my God,
Sprite
Mom.
or root beer,
Check that
and
out.
drink Coca-Cola.
It's an old pizza thing.
Yeah, it's a paddle for a pizza. That's cool.
Pretty damn cool. Dang cool.
Yeah.
A broom. Hey, don't you need one of those to get home?
Ha 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 ha. Mine is a top of the line model.
Oh, sorry.
It's a random pane of glass.
Well, that's cool. It's just canvas. I like canvas.
There's a shower stall.
Oh.
Why not?
How much would it cost for you to, like, you know, shower in there? Like, not cleaned out.
Well, there's a whole cabinet underneath it. A cabinet and a table. And there's a crazy
Whole
amount of
thing.
stuff packed up in here.
Yeah,
So-
apparently it was theater, and I can't remember what it was, but somebody bought the property and then used it for just storage area. Look at that giant fire extinguisher. It's holding up that entire thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Right there was where I heard the crack next to me.
Okay. So I'm going to get kind of quiet over here on this side.
I got you. I'm gonna stop moving actually. Sorry, that was me. Whoa. Check this out.
Cassette player. More likely a cassette recorder. I'm still cracking up over the fact that there's a whole cigarette sitting here with an empty beer. And what does this say?
Wait.
What I think is a water fountain.
Well,
because it has little drain holes in here.
I remember this distinctly being open.
That was closed. It was open last time we were here, and now it's
and there's a
closed.
hammer right there.
And there's a what?
And there's like a small ball peen hammer right there.
Yep. So, like I said, other people are in here. The sound you just heard was pigeons, by the way. It was nobody humming. It kind of almost sounded like someone humming. Oops. So,
I actually thought
this
there was
is
somebody, like,
where I'm
using
standing
smoke
gently.
dust. But like, look, that like little pink dust was the most that I've had on there. Like it was fresh. Like that was not a human.
I told you, no. Other people have been in here.
No,
We're not the only
person.
ones. Okay, we're gonna go with ghost.
Yay.
Okay. There's some doors that have lovingly been put aside.
Lovingly.
Another pair of jeans if you need those.
Doctor.
I guess they're they look like Levi's.
Heck yeah. Lovely guys.
Another secondary room. This is cool. It's a textured cloth. It's just kind of odd looking. I don't know what that is. Looks like a hinge to the door. So maybe it was a quick open and close kind of a room.
Oh my god.
What'd you find?
Three Doors Cafe is apparently what this place was called.
Oh, that's neat. The second establishment was
Yeah.
Three Doors Cafe. That's why we like touching stuff. And here's to proof that this was a water fountain. I didn't notice this handle last time we were here. And again, something really awesome I would love to have in my front yard.
Oh, look, a doorbell.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. Oh, hell. Heck, sorry. Wait, look, check out how, like, cheap everything was. Like, look at
Ooh.
that. Those buttermilk pancakes would have been
Wow.
like $6 at least nowadays.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool looking.
Right?
Coffee was 20 cents.
Wow, drinks were 20
They
cents.
changed the prices on one spot, it looks like. But 55 cents for a beer.
This is a long cigarette, too.
It says 25, but 30 cents for cola, root beer, 7-Up, or orange. That's neat.
Pretty handy.
That's really cool. An old menu.
Or do we keep it?
No, we can't take anything home. Do you hear that, people? We don't take anything home. Even if it's tempting, even if it's cool, even if it's small. Don't take anything home. A couple of restrooms here coming out. What I think is the front. And once again, same joke. We have shit tickets for boys. And in the other bathroom, we have shit tickets for girls.
Shit, shit. Anyway, check this out. It's brown hair dye. You can kind of tell.
Wow.
Brown hair color.
A medium brown, New Dawn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Wish
saw
it
the bottle
had an
too.
expiration date so we can get a time period, but
Let me see.
that's neat.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Little tiny sink area. I thought you were going to record too so we could get...
Oh no, my phone's too low.
Oh, okay. Next time we'll be better prepared.
The hell?
What?
I just saw like a mist right there, like gather.
Huh.
Like out of the corner of my eye. You know how like you can see things out of the corner of your eye that you can't see when you're looking straight at them.
Truth.
Hey, maybe that was a ghosty. Little ghosty boy. Anyway. Will you put this back there?
Where was it? Right there?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a step out. I'm feeling claustrophobic for some reason.
Okay.
I'll be back in a bit. That's how I'm going. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me.
Oh my goodness. Eventually I'll teach Joey some ninja skills. Oh, that's great. All that noise, of course, is Joseph. A little further. Every time I come in here, I do feel just a touch more brave. This is definitely a condemned building. I know that a lot of people really can't go outside much, so that's why we're excited to do videos right now, is because we can get out of the house, and we definitely want other people to feel like they've been out of the house, that they're not just cooped up. So even though that's a garbage truck that's going by the way. So even though you can't leave your house, you can hang out with other adventurers. This curious little bear just can't help herself. And right now, everything in here is just kind of, it's like the best parts of a museum, you know? You have the old things you would squirt grease into. So this would be injecting grease into things that need it. There's an old fire extinguisher. And I was looking for a tag date. I mean, everything here is definitely old. Boat wax. Joey's coming back.
You want to put the cheater way up there?
No, I don't.
Alright.
I don't want to get into it twice, because if I actually get hurt, all joking aside, hospitals are a little busy right now.
Yeah.
And me coming in with a scrape. I had my tetanus shot 10 years ago, though, so I should be all right.
But you have to get it every 10 years.
You do. Within the last 10 years, I've had mine. An old shower head. A full bottle of Old Spice aftershave.
That's me.
Joint compounds. Yes. It's just cool. Alright, so if you can see my feet, I'll kind of work my way around the edge here. Come back to a set of stairs. Oh, just a minute. Almost got my boot caught. By the way, when you're out and about, gloves, boots, proper attire, don't come out in your sandals. That's all I'm saying. This is a little room that was built on the outside of the building to come up. See the outside out there? Very thin. 3/4 inch wood on the outside. Just to make it a little safer to walk over here. I'll set that over there for now. Just to make sure I don't trip on the way back. Sliding bolt. Wellness check. Anyone in here? Hi, Joe. I'm coming up to look down on you. Oh, that's some funny shit. I'm looking down on you. And I still think you're funny. He's the best. Dr. Pepper bottle. That soda tab. It's an old film. Looks like the beginning of a screen here. My nose is a little runny, but I'm not sick. It's because I'm in warmer environment and a cooler environment. See, my favorite way, again, of learning history is to touch, you know. You learn by seeing. We know what we see. See, the wood's rotted a little bit. There's some more film. Say it again?
Wasn't that a first video that had the heck ton of voices?
Yeah, our first video did have a lot of. There was a no, there was a come here.
Even though there was wind, you could definitely tell that it was like voices. Like it was
Yeah, distinct, you know, voices overlapping inside of sound. The wind would blow just right and you would hear. Oh, little old crib. I miss my grandson. And my daughters, both of them. Where are you, Joey?
Right here.
What did you say?
Would you like your balloon?
Oh, God. I found him. Old fuse. I got electrocuted once by an old bulb style fuse. Funny enough, I was pregnant at the time, and I went to change the appliance for either the washer or the dryer at my ex-mother-in-law's house, and shocked myself all the way down to my feet. Didn't really hurt, but the scary thing was Lizzie, who I was pregnant with at the time, she went real quiet in the womb, and so we went to the hospital. And when we go to the emergency room to see, you know, to talk to a doctor and get checked out, I say, I've been shocked. I got electrocuted. Well, all the doctors and nurses heard shot with a T, and bless their hearts, every doctor and nurse in the entire hospital rushed to the emergency room to help the pregnant woman who was shot, came around finding out that I was electrocuted, and walked away. They were like, oh, just electrocution? Eh. So we went in, had a monitor done. Everything was fine, of course. But I thought it was pretty funny that all these doctors and nurses come running to the emergency scene, hear that I was electrocuted, and then just walk away like, oh, she wasn't shot, it wasn't a big deal.